every single night, the moment the clock struck 12, I heard the same strange sound inside my house: the refrigerator door opening. At first, I thought it was nothing, just something normal. But one night, I saw someone dragging the fridge away from the wall, and behind it was a huge black box. I was hiding in silence when suddenly that person slowly turned and looked straight at me. That stare, I will never forget it. The woman I called mother every day, was she really my mother-in-law? Or was she someone whose hands were stained with blood and whose secrets were so dark that no one could survive after discovering them? And me? Had I already found out the truth? In the end, who survived and who lost everything? This is not just a scary story. This story will destroy your trust. A new marriage, a new home, new people. I believed I had stepped into the happiest chapter of my life, but I had no idea that the shadow of death was already hiding inside my own home. A few days after my wedding, I began noticing something strange. Almost every night, my mother-in-law would quietly walk into the kitchen. She would stand in front of the refrigerator, open the door, take something out, and then put it back again. I couldn't clearly see what she was doing, but her eyes, her facial expressions, everything felt deeply unnatural. One day, trembling with fear, I told my husband, "Your mother does something strange every night near the fridge. Is everything okay?" My husband remained silent for a moment, then said, "Mom has schizophrenia. Sometimes she behaves strangely. The doctor gives her injections and she falls asleep." I didn't say anything else. I told myself I was overthinking. But once the seed of doubt is planted in the heart, it never truly dies. One night, I suddenly woke up. A faint light was glowing in the kitchen. Slowly, quietly, I moved closer to the door, and what I saw froze my blood. My mother-in-law had moved the refrigerator completely aside. Behind it was a huge black box. She opened the box, looked inside, and whispered to herself again and again, "It's all mine, all mine." Suddenly, she turned and looked straight at me. I was paralyzed. She screamed, "What are you doing here?" With a trembling voice, I asked, "Mom, what are you doing?" Then her voice changed. It became cold, frightening, inhuman. She said, "Your father-in-law once had an affair with my sister. I couldn't accept it, so I killed them both. The knife, the bodies, everything is hidden inside this box." My entire body went numb. Then she threatened me. "If you tell the police, I will kill you too." She suddenly lunged at me. At that exact moment, my husband ran in and saved me. From that day onwards, with the doctor's help, we kept her under strict observation. We all believed this was just the result of her mental illness. But the real nightmare had only begun. One night, my husband and I went out for dinner. When we returned and opened the door, I froze in terror. The refrigerator had been moved again. The same black box was visible behind it. But the most terrifying part was this. I rushed into the bedroom. My mother-in-law was sleeping peacefully on the bed. I trembled and whispered, "Then who was in the kitchen?" I quietly went back to the kitchen. Suddenly, someone grabbed my mouth from behind. A powerful hand. Everything went black. The final thing I saw before losing consciousness was a large black mole on the wrist of that hand. But my mother-in-law had no such mark. From that night onwards, my suspicion turned into certainty. I began investigating in secret. One day, inside my mother-in-law's room, I found an old hidden diary. The moment I started reading it, my body went cold. Everything was written there. My mother in law had a twin sister. She looked exactly like her. Only one difference, a big black mole on her wrist. That twin sister, driven by greed, had slowly poisoned my mother in law for years. Then she stole her identity and entered my father in law's house as the real wife. Later, she even became pregnant. By the time the truth was discovered, no one dared to speak. That's when the diamond smuggling business began. The members of this criminal gang were the greedy twin sister, my elder brother in law, and my sister in law. Inside that black box were diamonds worth millions and millions. The victory of justice. That was the moment I decided I would remain silent no longer. With the help of a detective friend, I collected all the evidence. Finally, the police conducted a raid and arrested the greedy twin sister, my brother in law, and my sister in law. According to the law, they were sentenced to life imprisonment. We brought my real mother in law back from her parents' home. She was innocent. She was a victim. Today we live in peace. And that black box now stands empty. Every night I place a small note inside it. I want to live in peace for the rest of my life. FAQ. Moral of the story. Greed makes people blind. The end of greed is destruction. No one can ever be happy by harming others. No matter how late, the truth always comes out. Sin is born from greed, and death is born from sin. This is the eternal truth.